I got a challenge now.
Okay.
This is a grab bag from my brother, the champ. You ready?
No, this is a grab bag to me. This is
to you. I'm
out
sorry.
of out of Disney's collection.
A
So
little
these are-
slip there.
well, these are records from Disney's collection.
Right.
For me to try.
From the Disney collection, right in the middle of the Disney collection. Okay. Hey,
in the vaults.
what do you got to say about this man?
Oh, I got to see him once at Jazz Alley.
Great. I'm glad to know that.
Allison. He wrote some good material.
Mhm.
Seventh Son. So,
Parchment Farm.
okay, well, I'm going to let Dizzy talk more about it because I got to see him once, but I wasn't deep into Mose Allison. So, you go ahead.
Well, Blossom Dearie and Mose Allison are both piano players, and they had a genre of music where you create a song that is spoken more than it's sung. And I like that. That was really clever on their part, and they originated it. It hadn't happened till they more or less figured that out and did it. And he was trying to be humorous as well as adventurous in his compositions. Well, great musical compositions that were not anywhere else in jazz at the time. And when you hear them now, they distinctly call out Mose Allison's name to you because he wrote a type of music that nobody else could really duplicate. And that, you know, it has to do with the patter of the music of the song. You know, it had stops to it, and you stopped because maybe it was really a laugh line, and let it go. How about this man? Hey, we've had piano players today so far.
Band.
Oh, I should say man.
Man.
You know.
I like Horace Silver.
Oh, man.
What's the one he did?
Song for My Father, yeah.
Which Steely Dan sampled the beginning of for one of their songs.
Do you know, Steely Dan was influenced, I don't think this is a secret to anybody out in the rock world, was influenced quite a bit by jazz musicians and compositions.
Right. Yeah, but it's one of those things I found out later. I didn't know at the time. But I heard that later. It's kind of fun to hear a song from your father, or for your father. Yeah, song for your father, and then go listen to the Steely Dan song. I don't remember if it was Peg or which tune it was, but you go. Oh,
Peg has an influence there of jazz, as do so many.
Oh yeah, you might find there's plenty of others. It might be fun to just delve into that at some point. And on your own, or maybe we might even check that out at some point.
I had a CD at one time where it was like a radio show rebroadcast that was on CD, in which they're being interviewed and playing music that influenced them, and they talked quite a bit about how they had a strong love of jazz.
Mm-hmm. Well, and Horace Silver, just his stuff was always fun and.
And he was a sideman on some
people's records. Yeah. And this features Curly Russell, Gene Ramey, Percy Heath, Doug Watkins, Art Blakey, Louis Hayes, and others. So that looks like a nice reissue.
Mm-hmm. How about this?
Miles Davis, Jack Johnson. I almost thought about bringing that one today. It was one of the ones I was looking at.
Well, there was also a later film. Well, he did a couple of film scores, but I also like the one Dingo. That he did with.
That's much later.
Yes, maybe right almost at the end.
Right.
And he did that with a French film score composer. But I love these. And this, do you remember how he starts this? He starts this with an actor that goes, "I'm Jack Johnson, heavyweight champion of the world." And he breaks out into a real great jazz blowout number. You know?
Well, he's got Herbie Hancock on here and John McLaughlin, Billy Cobham.
Yeah.
Michael
Well,
Henderson.
what do we know about all those men?
All solid.
Wow, solid.
All
So solid.
So, yeah, never discount soundtracks. You know, sometimes
What a great
there-
picture
there's
for a
things-
cover album cover too.
Yeah,
Oh man.
and it hasn't even been opened. Oh my.
Yeah. Well, it's a reissue. That's why.
Oh, is that why?
I'm only admitting the obvious.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
What you got next? What you got next? You got me
You know, when it,
chomping at the bit here now.
can you name your favorite jazz guitarist other than Joe Pass? Don't go there.
Oh, I don't know. There's so many. Charlie Bird,
Well, this is
Kenny Burrell. Yeah, that's
still
nice too.
alive and 90-something years of age.
Mm.
An instructor at UCLA in the jazz program there, and had so many albums. I mean, you know, you look up his discography, and you like go, wow. There may be 60 albums there that he's been on. You know.
Yeah, with various artists.
And he, yeah, well, not only with various artists, but his solo work as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, and live and recorded in studios and things like that. This is great. Oh, you want the record? I think
Just go on.
did. I pull it, or I think I did. Here's
Oh,
the
good, he
record.
pulled it. I was like going, he's got one with no record in it. What's going on here? I thought it was a little light.
Well,
He's
you
got
know,
the
some
record.
of the records, when you buy them, they're in the back. You know.
They're in the back.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Oh, this
I
is
see.
on Muse Records, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, let me have the slip. I don't want to
Oh, okay.
put it.
Yeah, Muse
Put it
Records.
together.
You know, a lot of people don't give the recognition that they should to Muse Records. Muse Records was out of New York, and in fact, I bought a closeout sale of Muse Records, and I'm very proud that I did.
I remember you showed me the catalog, and I ended up buying a few
Yeah.
out of there too.
Yeah.
And I agree with you. There's some great,
All these great
material.
titles,
Great
all
titles.
these great artists, and you know, we were buying them at $4 a record on a closeout.
Right.
I had to pay some heavy shipping on it.
Yeah.
Out of New York, but I was really pleased that I did it, and it was a time in which, you know, jazz was not really in favor of records. It was a time in which nobody wanted
Right.
to even collect
Yeah,
records.
right there.
You know,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
people
No, I
were
remember
going,
going into,
"Hey,
like,
that's a lot of
Rasputin's."
money to spend on something that people are just like giving away to Goodwill and thrift stores."
Right. I remember in the what was it, the late '80s, '90s.
Yeah.
Going into some
It
record
was about
store.
1983 that I started buying those in,
Right.
you know, in closeouts, and
Right.
that's when they were dumping them all, you know.
Right.
And I was in there, and my wife's going, "I don't think so, Dizzy. I think I may have to cut your allowance."
Like
Hey.
he had one.
Like I had one is right. He knows me too well. I hate that.
Sorry.
I told him too many of the family
hopefully,
secrets.
Hopefully he doesn't sell all my secrets out into the
Yeah,
throw,
yeah.
throw me under the bus.
Hey, look, in jazz, and I am talking about sort of 40ish, 1940s jazz, a group and a band leader who had a great sense of humor. I'll show
Louis
you.
Jordan.
Yeah,
Yes.
there it is, man.
Louis Jordan. Oh gosh,
Oh,
I love
God.
him. Oh God, too many chickens.
Yeah.
Oh, just so many. Beware, brother, beware. Watch out. If she wants to come down front or wants to go in the back, she wants to go in the back of the theater and watch the movie from the back. Beware, brother. Beware. Take her right down front. That's right. Because
Hey,
he had humor
thanks
in
for
there.
reminding me.
He had the sax going on. He had the jump blues. This is like the king of the jump blues. And I can't.
And
speak
he
for
always
Dizzy,
sang it
but
like it was the first time he ever did it. You know,
Yeah.
it's like, hey, he was on top of the world. Oh man, I love this
A
man.
lot of fun with
Oh,
Louis Jordan.
read
Let's
some of
see.
those titles.
Reet, Petite, and Gone. Rusty, Dusty Blues. Is You Is or Is You Ain't My Baby. Now, when I first heard that song, that was Joe Jackson. But Joe Jackson was just covering a bunch of Louis Jordan and other early.
well, a lot of
blues
these titles were covered
pioneers.
later by other bands. Oh
Yeah.
God, yes.
But-
Even into the present time, people could pull these back out. And,
Oh, sure,
and do
sure.
them.
Salt Pork, West Virginia. Boogie Woogie Blue Plate. Buzz Me. Open the Door, Richard.
Oh, I love that because they actually do a door slamming, you know. Oh god, and knocking.
Oh yeah, trying to get back in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Texas and Pacific. What's the use of getting sober when you're gonna get drunk again?
Oh man.
That is.
You hear that kind of humor?
There's humor in there for sure, folks.
Strong stuff, man.
But you know, this has got that kind of, I want to say, like yakety yak kind of a feel to
Well,
it.
you know what's lost now? This is not for a arena. This is a small club type party band.
Yeah, yeah.
And you get that feeling now off your record player. Give it to me every time anytime. I love that.
I like them fat like that. Somebody's done changed the lock on my door. Is that right? My door. My door. Okay. Early in the morning, Five Guys Named Mo. There's another classic one. Five Guys Named Mo.
That is so good.
Jack, You're Dead.
I even like Jack, You're Dead.
Jack, You're Dead was also covered by Joe Jackson. But just fun stuff. And you see, they have a few soundies out there of this band. I also caught them on I want to say Dick Clark, just because we were talking about Dick Clark at one point. But Mike Douglas show late in his career in the 60s, where he and the band were performing on the Mike Douglas show. And it's cool to see this band in color. But it is fun stuff, good times, and be ready to laugh a little bit and bring it up. It's going to be all up tempo. You aren't going to hear a lot of ballads here. So good choice, Dizzy.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I got one more.
Oh,
you
boy.
ready?
Okay. Preparing.
Will I find it? I think I'm going to have to go to the box.
Oh no, he's going to the box.
The box.
Off into the we call it the box, but it's really the vault. Remember, folks, this is the vault. We're going to the vault.
Pick any record from the 100 that are here.
Should I look or just
No.
Well, there's the first one we see. So
I'll pass on.
You're
that.
pass on that. I don't want to do that one.
Here, go blind. Don't look.
Okay.
Go blind.
All right.
Pull.
This is it. Pulling. Okay. Well, we always enjoy Beach Boys, right? So there's a Beach Boys record, and not that they have just one or two greatest hits collections. I think there's probably about 15. If you, I haven't really checked in my collection exactly, but there's a number of
you're right.
collections.
Yeah.
This one has Good Vibrations, God Only Knows, Dance 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 409, Darling, Little Girl I Once Knew, Girl Don't Tell Me, Heroes and Villains, She Knows Me Too Well, Fun, 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 which really, summarizes the Beach Boys right there. Little Deuce Coupe, the little old lady from Pasadena, which really wasn't theirs. That was
Jan and Dean.
That was Jan and Dean. But they must have done a cover here. They got the Monster Mash in here. They're just throwing a bunch of fun stuff in here. Papa Mau Mau, maybe.
They always did covers, so whenever you saw a Beach Boy concert, there was always one or two covers of other bands.
Most bands will do that.
Yeah.
Will do some covers. Yeah. It's nice. I don't know. I think of the Beach Boys, and there's so much history with them, a lot of sadness with them, but their music is fun, up, and always enjoyable. Ready for a beach party at any point. So
we have to acknowledge that Brian Wilson was just a genius, a musical genius, and he was such a stickler. He shot for perfection, folks.
Right.
Shot for perfection.
Yeah.
And as far as I'm concerned, because I thought he more or less hit it out of the ballpark as far as getting it all out. That Good Vibrations was, he had so many different type of instruments on it, and they all had to fall in a certain place,
But again, he was using the Wrecking Crew for that one. But I definitely think this is High Water 2 Records. I think he hit the high water mark for sure on this, as far as great stuff.
You know what it strikes me right now? Even though we had 100 records to pull from, I don't think we could have picked a better record right there for the end of this little episode. Because it makes me feel good to pick that record and to acknowledge that group, the Beach Boys. And they're still out there performing.
Oh, yeah. a couple of
Mike
different
Love
ones,
is
right?
out there.
Mike Love's out there, and Brian Wilson's out there. So
No, Brian.
no?
No.
He's not doing it anymore?
No.
Oh,
He had,
good.
I'm going to acknowledge that Brian is probably retired, and I expect that somehow he'll see this video, and my best to you. But I know that I've seen him on tribute programs on television and things, and he's in a wheelchair now.
Oh, okay.
And I think his last performances, he would be brought out in a wheelchair to the piano and all. But I think he probably has said touring is a little bit
Yeah,
too
yeah,
much
yeah,
at
yeah.
this point.
Yeah. Oh, sure.
You know,
Sure.
it's tough to tour. We
Sure.
all know
Oh,
that.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And
Anyway.
we want the best for him. I want him to.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, yeah,
He's had a rough enough time.
Yeah.
He's almost had as rough as Dizzy here. Nah,
Oh,
maybe
nobody
just a
could
skosh
have had
more.
it that bad. Come on.
All right. Well, we'll catch you next time.
Hey, don't
Champ
forget
out.
those comments.
All right.